Good morning and welcome to the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And we welcome you to this, and we hope you enjoy hearing about the things that are going on, because we enjoy putting them on or having the people that do put them on in. So, September, that reminds me of two things. White Oaks Craft Show that we have here, and also the Color of Fall Car and Truck Show. That's a big one for me right there, I can tell you. Anyway, I just wanted to remind you that, and I know everybody needs to know this, there's 16 more Fridays before Christmas. I just don't want you to panic, but that's true, there is. Oh. And the trees are starting to turn. It's a little warm. Well, it's a little hot, but at least we don't have the hurricanes that they're having. I feel really sorry for the Bahamas and all up that East Coast, because it's going to cause some damage. And to the Bahamas, I was watching pictures today on TV. I don't know how you overcome that. When you're an island, I don't know where you begin when half of your island is covered with water. I mean covered, it looked like the ocean moved in. So we just want to be thankful, and you might give them some prayers too, because they're going to need that and a whole lot more to recover from this. But we don't have that issue. We don't have hurricanes. We may have other things, but we don't have hurricanes. Okay, we do have some guests with us today, and these people are not strangers to y'all, because they are volunteers that do full-time jobs for Edgar Evans State Park. We have Anna Bertram, who is a publicity chairman, right? That's probably not the right.
Jack of all trades.
Okay, well, that's a good one
My
too.
official title is publicity, but I do a little bit of everything.
And then we have found over here who is the past president. He's still alive. He's just the past president. But of course,
he's not the passed away president.
they always have a lot going on out at that park. One of the events I went on last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's what I'm going to let Anna talk to you about right now. And that is the History Hayride. And if you have not been on that, you need to make a point to go to that, because you will thoroughly enjoy it. Anna?
Yes.
Showtime.
Well, the date is October 12th, Carolyn. And this will be our 14th year. Wow. So the test of time has proven that it's a successful event. What it is kind of like theater in the round, only you're seated on a hay wagon as you are pulled through the park and make a circuit from the office through the park and back. You'll stop about 10 times and stay on the wagon each time, but there will be a costumed actor or actress, all volunteers, who will tell you the stories that about their lives or events that took place in the park in the past or in the surrounding area.
It's really like the history of the park itself.
Yes, the park and the area.
Yeah.
One of the characters, of course, is Adam Dale, who did hunt and fish in what is now the park, but he was the founder of the town of Liberty, which is a little ways from the park. And his famous or infamous daughter, Elizabeth Dale, who was married so many times that people almost lost count. And she's constantly trying, even now, to find more husbands among the participants.
Travelers.
In the hayride, yes. So she gives a lot of comic relief.
Oh my gosh, she is so good. Oh yeah, she does. She was, what was her nickname, the Black Widow?
The Black Widow of Hazel Green.
Okay.
In one of her marriages, she lived at Hazel Green, Alabama, and that's where her past came back to kind of explode in her face, so to speak, shortly before the Civil War. And after that, she moved to the state of Mississippi, and we lost track of her, but she died a few years after the Civil War. And she's played by Kenny County's Lori Christensen, who's also known as Miss California and also known as the head of the dance studio.
That's right, Cannon Arts Dance Studio.
Cannon Arts Dance Studio here in town. She does an excellent job. Other Cannon Countyans that are actors or actresses in it are Gerald and Marcia Melton and William Freddie Curtis, who is the supervisor of the Cannon County schools. Also, Melanie Neistad is a narrator on one of the wagons. So this really is a fun event, but it also is educational.
It is, but you have fun while you're learning, so you don't realize you're learning. But you have, I did enjoy it. I have to say, I really did. And I kind of drug my husband on there because he goes, I don't want to go on here. I says, yes, you do. And so we went, and then he said he even enjoyed it. And I would love to take my whole family back and have one, because it would take one wagon or more to get them all around there. But then I found out that my last cruise in is on the same day as this hayride, and I hate it.
You'll have to change the cruise in date next year.
I will.
But I will have to say that this is by reservation only. The cost is $15 per person. And reservations are easily done online. Just go to our website, which is, if you have a pen handy, www.foeesp.com, and that's like Friends of Edgar Evans State Park.com. Only it's just the initials, FOEESP. When you get there, go to the tab for events, and under events, look at History Hayride, and it will give you more information, some pictures, and a link, which will take you to a secure site. We use a service called 123 Sign Up, which is totally secured, and that is where you'll make your reservations. If someone has a problem with that, not everybody has a computer or a cell phone and knows how to make reservations through their cell phone or whatever, they can call me. And I don't mind giving my number here in Woodbury, Cannon County. It's 615-765-5357. And if you don't have a pen, didn't write that down, can't remember it, call Carolyn.
Call the chamber,
of Commerce.
and I will tell you that number.
She will tell you how, or you can call the park office and tell them that you need my number. So.
You know, we were on a wagon last year, and I guess this is what surprised me. Those people weren't from here, a lot of them.
Well, we have people that come from Kentucky, Alabama.
Yeah, they were from out of state.
And from other places. We've had them as far as Indiana. They come, some of them come from West Tennessee, East Tennessee. And of course, then we have the ones from, we have some from Woodbury because they want to come see their Woodbury people perform.
Yeah, they did.
And a lot of our people come from Cookeville and Smithville as well, so.
Well, it was a lot of fun. It was. I mean, it was, and they feed you. So they've got a number of snacks up there that I guess the Friends all contribute, don't they?
Well, in the past, the Friends have made hot beverages available for free as just as a compliment. And then as a fundraiser, we sell homemade cookies per individual portions. So bring your purse, bring your billfold. We don't take credit cards. We'll take donations.
Well, you may want something to put those cookies in.
And we also have a bonfire out in front of the office, and we furnish marshmallows for roasting. So, and
I thought I had a hot dog. You didn't fix hot dogs?
Not this year.
Not this year. We're just going to have marshmallows.
But you did last year,
Yes,
right? Okay, I was going to say, I think I ate a hot dog.
Well, I don't remember last year. I do remember the year before we did. But that was because we had a whole lot of hot dogs left over from another event. So we sold hot dogs.
There's nothing like, hey, you got to use what you got.
We do, and there's another event to raise funds for the Friends of Edgar Evans State Park, and that is the annual Fall Color Cruise, which is a pontoon boat cruise on beautiful Center Hill Lake. It's October 26th at 1 o'clock. Again, it's by reservations, $15 per person, and you go to the same site, www.foeesp.com, and go under the events tab and then look for Color Cruise. So
I think, I haven't been on that one, but I think that one would be a good one too.
that's
Because if
fun.
I was going to have a boat, a pontoon boat's what I'd have.
It's fun. If you're a water person, you like to get out in the boat, that's a fun
I like
thing
to
do.
see the
And
colors.
registration for that opens October 1st, and it always fills up. We run 4 boats, and when those are filled up, that's all we have. It's for everybody, but we don't have any children under 3 years old because we don't have life preservers and for safety reasons.
You don't
we
want to
can't
lose
take
any of them, do you?
But it's $15 per person, and we spend 2.5 to 3 hours out on the lake.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
And hopefully we'll have some color in the leaves by that time. And
That doesn't always work out like that.
it doesn't
never know,
always, but
you know,
some years we hit it. And we go by the lake homes of the rich and famous, like, Alan Jackson doesn't own the house anymore, but we go by where the
Where he
house he
did own
built.
it.
And Darrell Waltrip and others that we go by their places. Take your camera. There's lots of pictures.
You may see Daryl out there or somebody. That you know.
You're more likely to see some flora and fauna.
Yeah,
You might see some deer, some waterfowl.
we have migratory waterfowl that come down like loons and grebes and that type of thing that you don't see normally there, but they spend the winter at Center Hill.
Okay.
One thing I'll mention about the History Hayride is it is for adults. It's really not something that would interest children or anyone
that's
who
true.
would be unable to listen attentively for 2.5
Or sit
hours.
for a
or to
while.
sit still, yeah. This is, it's not because it's X-rated or anything like that. We might have more participation if it were, but actually it is adults because of just the length of the time and the fact that there will be a narrator on the wagons between the
Stops.
scenes to tell additional information
Right.
about what's happening. So
You guys work out there year-round, don't you?
we do. Fount and I are trying to retire from there. We have been unpaid workers there for about 20 years now, so we are trying.
Yeah, but it's hard to get people to take over those unpaid jobs.
It is, isn't it, Carolyn? But anyway, we are very active in our park, and we love our park.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty park, and it's a lot of fun. And, if you don't have, you got a few hours, I don't care where you live. If you live here, you live in Smithville, whatever, if you haven't been, it's well worth it to go on that because you will enjoy it, because all of the actors that are in it that tell the story are really good, and most of them are quite humorous. So it's not boring at all. So I really enjoyed it, and I will go back again when I don't have something planned on the same day.
Well, like I said, you'll have to change your calendar.
Because you're not going to change yours, are you?
No, we've had the second Saturday in October ever since it started, and
14 years
people
ago.
depend on that. They mark their calendars from year to year, so we can hardly afford to do any
Yeah,
change.
you're not.
in
In
that.
other words, what you're telling me is you're not going to cater to me, are you?
No.
I didn't think so. That's okay.
We'd love to have you, but
And we'll look forward to next year.
Yes, like I say, I want to book a whole wagon. I don't even know if that's possible or not.
It is.
Yes, it
I can
is.
help you with
It's
that.
not the first. We've had groups book wagons several times, like the family of Edgar Evans, his granddaughters and their kids and a bunch of other, they have booked wagons before, and some church groups and some other groups.
I was going to say, I don't know if you have a historical society in DeKalb County. I'm sure you probably do. That would be a great trip for them.
Yeah.
At one of their meetings to go on that, because
That
that
would
would be
be.
fun and that would be informative, and they may learn something they didn't know about that area.
Well, we have two ladies who have been members of our group off and on for a long time. I say off and on, they've had several other things that have interfered. But they're Judy Fusen and Carol Denson Williams, both from retired school teachers from DeKalb County Schools. And these ladies, along with another lady, wrote a book on the history of the lake and that area where the park is. And they learned, they learned some things. They said they wished that they had.
I'd went on that first.
Yeah, but as a result of that, Carol Denson Williams wrote a script about her grandmother who lived right there in what is now the lake, on what is adjacent to park lands today. And she wrote a script about that, and she performed it a couple of years ago. Well, she's coming back this year with that to
Oh, well,
perform
that'll be good.
her own grandmother, which I think adds a special perspective to it.
Yes, it does.
So,
Well, that's good. Listen, it's $15 well spent, because you will have a good time, you're outdoors, you're not going to be hungry, you're going to have a good time, it's funny, and you're going to learn something while you're having fun. Well, guys, is there anything else you need to tell me today?
that's all I know, except that we appreciate you a whole lot.
Oh, well, that's all
We
right.
appreciate you and DTC for sponsoring it. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody at the hayride and on the
That's
car
right.
cruise.
Either one or both. You
Both.
just got to call and make reservations.
Don't call, just go online.
Online. And if you can't do that, and you don't have that number for Anna, call me and I'll give you her number. Or I'll give you the, where you can go online and do it, so. All right, guys.
Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you so
Next
much,
event,
Carolyn.
we'll see you again.
All right.
Okay, now we have more things going on in Cannon County. You know, the leaves start turning, and then, like I say, things start happening. And then we have a serious side to our county too, and that is the things that a person probably wishes they didn't have to talk about, but they do. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we have people that will help. Come on in, sit down, both of you. That will help with all of these areas. And of course, Lisa has told me she's not in a hurry, and I know Lindsay stays busy all the time. So Lindsay, I'm gonna let you tell them what's happening at the Art Center.
Okay, well, we always have quite a bit going on at the Arts Center.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You just finished
Mamma
a
Mia.
sellout of
yes.
Mamma Mia, and even added shows, and still had us sold out.
yeah, absolutely. It was a little crazy around here, wait lists and all kinds of people calling and trying to get tickets, but we had a great time. It was such a great show, and so many familiar faces in the cast. Marsha and Gerald and Gail Tate and all kinds of Melanie Nistad. Yeah, sorry, I said her name wrong. But yeah, it was a fantastic show. We had a lot of fun. You can't go wrong with good music. So
No, you really can't, and I was amazed that, how many shows did you add, 3?
we
4?
added 2. We added 2. Yes, 2
Oh, I
matinees.
thought you had 3.
So we did 10 shows altogether.
And they all sold out.
All except for one, and it was mostly full. It just didn't sell out completely. So yeah, we had 10 shows. It's pretty good.
I had people come in, and if y'all weren't there, because I come in a little earlier, and they'll say, but I just need 3. And I'm going, well, I think they're sold out. You know, there is a limit to how many they can
We only have so many
put
seats.
in there.
Yeah.
And she goes, but I just need 3. I says,
There's
I
nothing we
can't help you.
I hate it when that happens, but we were lucky to have the audiences that we did, and everybody seemed to have a good time. So
Well, good.
it was a lot of fun.
Good.
But coming up next on the Art Center stage is Clue, the musical. And you play it like you play the board game, which is really neat. You kind of get to follow along with the cast, and the show is different every time you see it. So there's a deck of cards, just like you do in the board game. You draw a person and a room in the mansion, and then you draw the murder weapon. So it's like,
And who did it?
Right, who did it? Colonel Mustard in the ballroom with the rope or whatever. So it's different every time you see it. There's a lot of audience participation, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So they're in rehearsals for that right now. That will open September 20th and run through October 5th. So that is definitely one to come and see. And then we're doing A Christmas Story, the musical, and that opens November 8th through the 23rd. And think leg lamp and bunny suit and tongue getting stuck to the flagpole and the whole bit. It's all there in a musical version, which is so, so fun. I love the music in the show. So,
I love the show.
yeah.
And I'm still amazed that there's people that didn't know what that was. I did a table for the gala at the senior center, and it was Christmas stories or whatever. And I did the leg lamp. Yes, I have a leg lamp. And I had all those characters because I have them in my Christmas village. And there were people that didn't know what
know
that
what it was.
represented.
Well, if you don't know what it is, just come and see the show. Or watch TV on Christmas. I guess
There's one channel that shows it 24 hours a day.
24 hours on Christmas or something crazy over and over again. But it's really funny, and it's such a great Christmas show. We are doing it before Thanksgiving this year. I know that's controversial, but it's never too early to start in the Christmas spirit, I
No,
think.
I told you,
So-
there's only 16 Fridays left.
See,
You know,
already.
it
We should be doing it right now. Yes, Christmas Story, the musical. And then in December, we are doing The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And now that is part of our Young at Art School Matinee series. So schools can take field trips to come see daytime performances during the week. But there are 2 public performances, and that is on December 7th and December the 14th, and those are both 2 o'clock matinees. The whole show runs for like an hour and 15 minutes. There's not an intermission. It is geared towards kids with short attention spans. It's definitely meant for younger audiences. So if you want to come see Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, you may get those tickets online or give us a call.
But I'm always surprised at how many adults that come to the
Oh,
ones
yeah.
that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, it is geared towards kids, but it's definitely something that adults would appreciate as well. Just that classic C.S. Lewis story on stage come to
Yeah.
life. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that is in December. And then let's talk about concerts that happen, because we do plays and musicals and concerts, there's always something on the stage. So December the 20th through the 22nd is Jingle, Rattle, and Roll. And if you saw our earlier concert this year, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, with the music of Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, it's those same musicians back to do another concert with a holiday flavor to it. And they are fantastic musicians.
They are.
Such a great show. It sells out, it oversells every single time. They just do such a great job. So get your tickets early for that
Don't wait,
concert.
because they will sell. It's great.
Yes.
They're great.
They are wonderful. So make sure you call ahead and get those tickets early. December the 20th through the 22nd. And then, so that's all December, but immediately we have in September, the 14th and 15th, we have our annual White Oak Craft Fair, which is a huge deal here. We have 80 plus artists that come from all over to sell their crafts. It is a juried craft fair, so all of the stuff that you see are it's pieces of art that are made by the artist, and we have a certain level of expectation, I guess you can say.
Well, they're artisans.
yes,
You won't
absolutely.
find tables of socks.
No,
You're not.
no, this is, it's all artwork. We've got everything from glass blowers to woodworkers. To,
Ironwork,
ironwork,
woodworking,
yeah,
carvings.
Paintings,
Jewelry.
jewelry, lots of jewelry. I love the jewelry. And this year is the second year in a row we are doing a kids tent, which is so much fun. That's where I'm going to be all day long in the kids tent. And we are getting some of our artists to host workshops for our students. Any student, it's all free. Just come and check out the kids tent and do some crafts and learn a little bit about the artists and what they do. And so there's different demonstrations throughout the day, both on Saturday and on Sunday. There'll be schedules posted everywhere. So that's part of our big craft fair. So that's September the 14th and 15th here at the Art Center in our big field out in the parking lot. There will be all kinds of flags and tents and food trucks. We've got great food trucks coming this year.
There is no charge for the craft show, but there is a $3 parking.
Yes.
And believe me, you need someone to help you park.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not, you do.
Yeah.
Because it's filled up. This craft show brings in a lot of people. So,
does.
and Saturday it's 9 till
9 to
5.
5, yes.
And Sunday 10 till 5, right?
10 till 4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, so come on the 14th and 15th of September. Like I said, we see a lot of people come through the doors here, well, and outside. It's an outside event, but it's $3 for parking, and you're gonna wanna see, I mean, we've had people make musical instruments, and then there are the people that make bath bombs and lip balms and all kinds of stuff like that, all things that smell good. I mean, just a wide range of artists for everybody.
Everything.
So you'll be able to find something that you like, I promise.
There'll be Halloween stuff, Christmas stuff.
All kinds
It's
of stuff.
only 16 more Fridays, so
I know,
Gotta
it's a
have
great
Christmas
place to
stuff.
get a present for somebody you don't know
It
what to
is.
buy for.
actually, the gift shop here at the Art Center is a great place to buy a gift for someone who has everything.
That's true. We have a permanent gift shop here at the Art Center with a lot of local artist work that we keep here all year long. Everything from ceramics. We do have some glass. We've got some wooden spoons, handmade wooden spoons.
Wooden
and
bowls.
Wooden bowls, white oak baskets.
Soap,
Soap, oh, the soap smells so good too. Yes, handmade soap. So yes, there's always something here to see as well. And I think that just about covers it. That was plenty though, wasn't it?
yeah, it is, but
Lots
that's
going on.
okay. There's lots of things that
Yes. And if
go
you-
on here, and there's people that stop every week. A lot of times they stop because they see the marquee outside and they don't know what this is, so they come in and find out.
Yes.
We also have a little store that's adjacent to the Art Center that specializes in fermented and healthy food.
Yes.
You'll want to go in and visit them because they have a lot of good stuff in
Yes,
there
they
too.
do. And if you ever need to just call and find out what's going on, our number is 615-563-2787. You can always give us a call and we can let you know the upcoming events. Or just stop by. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 until 4. So just come by. We have 2 art gallery spaces inside the Art Center. It's free of charge to the public. You can just come around and look at some art, or walk through our gift shop, or take a tour of the stage and see what our theater is like. There's always somebody here to help you with that. So,
There is.
all right.
Thank you, Lindsay. You're always a joy. Could just rattle that right off. All right, now we're going to get to the more serious side of things. We've told you all the fun things, and now we're going to talk to a lady who has a very serious job, and the program is called SAVE, S-A-V-E, But a lot of this is you deal with domestic violence, right? And we have Lisa Baird here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Carolyn, for letting us come, and thank you for DTC for this opportunity to be live on DTC and talk to everybody about what we do.
And what do you do?
Well, we are a not-for-profit. We're 501c3. All of our services to victims are free. We serve all of Cannon County. We do everything from orders of protection, counseling, 24-hour crisis line. We help with food, clothing, and we have emergency shelter as well. We have a 15-bed shelter here in Cannon County for when victims need a safe place to go. And we have a wonderful staff. We have an actual court advocate that goes to court with you for criminal and for civil court. And we have a shelter advocate that helps with getting goals and things for you while you're in shelter to help you get back on your feet and become
And
self-sufficient.
this is a very secure place, is it
Oh,
not?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We have.
I know, because I've been out there. I couldn't get in.
No, if you want in and we don't want you in, we're not gonna let you in. But we'll let you in. We let you in. We like you. But we have a gate and alarms and all the good stuff.
Well, you never know anymore. I mean, really.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a very serious problem
It
anymore. You
is.
don't know what's going to pop up or pop out or whatever.
That's true, and our officers are really good to us. I have to give the city and the county, their props, because they're always, anytime we need anything, they're there.
Yeah.
They're wonderful, and they help. And of course, it takes the whole community, so.
It does. Because really, your facility, even though you have to pay insurance and you still have to pay the light bill and gas bill and all of that, but the actual building was donated to you, was it not?
Oh, yes, ma'am. A wonderful man actually purchased it for us in memory of his wife who passed away. And then all the furnishings inside were donated from the community, because without the community, we couldn't do what we do. And we're very blessed with a lot of community support. And some of the local churches and groups and things that just...
Who buys the food, Lisa?
Well, we get some that's donated, but we also have Second Harvest.
Okay.
A couple of the churches donate to us on a regular basis, and some individuals. The Methodist Church, and then there's also a church in Murfreesboro, and then, like I said, some individuals, and we also get Second Harvest ourselves. So, of course, when you're full, have 15 at a time, you can
Well,
go
you have
through
a
the
lot
food.
of children.
Yes.
I mean, that's part of it. Usually,
Yeah, it
if
is.
there's a domestic violence person, there's children involved.
And a lot of
right?
people think, well, it's just, two adults having issues that are married or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But it's the whole family. We deal with seniors because elder abuse is really on the rise. I think it's 1 in 20 seniors will be a victim in their lifetime of domestic violence. And then you have children. There's like 15 million children every year exposed. And of those, 60% have been reported. That's just reported cases, physically or sexually assaulted. And of course, then there's, the spouses. And we do serve men, because some people say, oh, well, it's just women. No, men can be victims of violence as well.
Yeah.
We have had men that we have dealt with. And then, of course, women are the majority, but it touches everybody, all the lives. It's not just...
See, that's something I wish we didn't have. It's kind of like the opioid crisis. We have a new group that are working with that because that's such an issue anymore. And those are things that you wished you didn't have in your community, but you do. So thank goodness you've got people that try to help deal with this.
And a lot of times, there is alcohol and drug issues in with domestic violence.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the time.
But all of our services are free, and if you need help, all you got to do is call us. Our number is 615-563-6690. We're 24/7. If you get us after hours, we do have it on call. Someone will take our calls, but if it's emergency, they will get you in touch with one of us that is on call, and
Yeah.
we'll help you all we can, because you shouldn't have to live in abuse
Well,
like
most
that.
of the time, when there are people that call you, it's in the middle of the night,
and that's
and
okay.
they leave with what they got on.
Yes, ma'am, and that's okay. As long as you're trying to get out, we'll meet you. And the officers call us a lot. We get referrals from the police department and the sheriff's department, the hospital. So, I mean, it's,
Neighbors.
yes, ma'am, neighbors, former clients that has been through that, and they understand, they actually come back and want to volunteer because they know what they're going through.
Yeah.
And so, you know, yeah, it gets interesting at times. Yeah, I'm laughing. My intern's standing over there. She won't get on the camera. We have an intern from MTSU, and she's wonderful. I told her I was going to fail her, so she'd have to repeat again this next semester. Her name's Hope Tenpenny. She's standing right over there. She's
Well.
camera shy.
You don't have to be. Hope you can come over here. Sit right down. I promise you I won't put you on the spot.
But we get interns a lot from MTSU, and we really love that because it's a learning experience for them, but it's also for, you know, for us too, because we
What
get
are you
assist-
taking that you would intern in domestic violence?
She is a social work intern.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we could do in different areas, even someone that's interning in psychology, like for counseling or something that major. We could do it that way, or we do a lot with the social work department. I actually have 2 board members that's from the social work department on my board.
Oh, well, good.
John Sanborn, you know.
Yes,
Mr.
I do
Sanborn, I
know
love
John.
him. And Donna Dotwell. She's a new professor there at MTSU.
Okay.
And then also, if you know Dr. James Russ, he's in the social work department, the psychology
I'm
department.
familiar with the name, but I can't put a face with
Yes,
it.
he's on our board as well. So we have
Okay.
several from MTSU.
All right.
But we've got some other great board members too that are here.
But you mostly deal with just Cannon County families, right?
Well, yes and no. We deal with Cannon County. We take care of all of Cannon County. But when you're dealing with domestic violence, sometimes we may have a client that needs to get out of Cannon County
Yes,
because of
I
volatile
understand
situations.
that.
But there may be one in Warren County that they need to get out of county for. So we
kinda
kind of
switch
switch
up,
up
yeah.
when it comes to the shelter part. Now, as far as the court, we only deal with Cannon.
Yeah.
But we've had clients come from out of state because they fled another state to get somewhere safe. Any victim of violence, whether it's anywhere in Tennessee or out of state or whatever, we'll help any way we can.
Yeah.
But that's geared more towards the shelter, like I said, because more of the court stuff will fall under Cannon because we only have
Right.
venue for
Will
Cannon.
be in the county where you live.
But I do know it's very widespread because I was talking to Tammy Jones, who's our court advocate, and she said she was doing her stats, and from July 1 to August, I think, what was it, August? I can't remember. 1st of August, anyway, she had like 20 new clients. So, I mean, it's it's on the rise. And now we've got a lot of issues with school, so we're working on trying to get someone in the school system to work with the high school students, because you have a lot of abuse there as well, because I think it's like 1 in 5 kids in high school will report being, physically, sexually, something is abused by their boyfriend, girlfriend, or while they're in high school. And that's
I'm gonna give
sad.
you all some advice out there. If they're gonna smack you around when they're dating you, you don't want to marry this dude.
Exactly.
Or this girl, whoever's doing that. That is bully tactics. You know,
That's
usually
not love.
when that happens, the person that's doing it usually won't pick on anybody his size or bigger.
Exactly. You let an officer come and talk to them or somebody like that, and they're just wonderful, nice, sweet people. But yeah, it's all about power and control. There's something going on with that person. They can't control their own life, so they have to control you.
Yeah.
And that's not what love is. If they want you to change for them, that's not. They don't like the way you dress, or they don't like the way you wear
Well,
your hair.
you
can't be around that
You may
person.
marry somebody that you don't like everything he does,
Right.
but you don't give somebody a black eye because they won't do it your way.
Exactly.
You don't
didn't
do
have
that.
dinner ready, when I said to have it ready, or you didn't. Well, then you cook it yourself.
Well, if my husband did that, I'd walk around with 2 black eyes the whole time because I don't ever have it ready, probably on time. But anyway, it's bad enough when they're married. When you get married doesn't mean you own the other person.
Exactly.
But then when I hear about teenagers and this going on, and one getting slapped around, I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
And that's why
I
parents need
just
to really
can't
know who
believe
your
this.
kids are involved with. Talk to your kids. Find out what's going on. Don't just, oh, everything's fine, had a great day, bye, see you later. And we're so stuck on these phones, which I've got mine right beside me, but, the kids are stuck in those phones and everything else. We need to know what's going on with our kids. Even when they're on the phones, who are you texting, what, because sometimes things are going on and you just don't know it.
You're right. And you
they're
don't want
afraid
to
tell
believe
mom
it
and
if you're
daddy.
told.
Yeah, because we say my kid, it would never happen to my child or never, you don't know.
No, you don't.
And it's okay, but there's help out there, and we can help with that situation as well. But, but it's hard growing up these days, and I think you know that as well as I do, Miss Carolyn. I'd hate to be a teenager
Yeah, I've
again.
never grown up. It's hard on me some days.
I've got two at home, and I'm like, oh, bless their hearts. I love them to death. They're
no,
wonderful,
no,
but I
no.
would not want to be a teenager again.
No,
Couldn't pay
and
me enough.
today is, as time goes on, the circumstances change. There's always, I think people have always said that, but as time goes on, there's things they can get into today that are hard to get out of
That's
once you've
right.
gotten into them. So yes, I think knowing and where they're going and who they're seeing, and don't be fooled by the Eddie Haskell routine
No,
that you're
ma'am.
going to get with this yes ma'am and no ma'am and yes sir and no sir.
Because I've had clients tell me nobody's going to believe me because everybody loves them. They're wonderful. People in the community think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Because they can't fool you. They can fool the public, but it's not always. You don't know what's going on at home.
Just be aware. And you don't know what people live with.
No, you don't.
You can live next door, you can be in the same family, and you don't know what people live with. So, yeah, it helps to pay attention sometimes.
And then
doesn't
also,
it?
I want to put a plug out there to make sure if you've got seniors that live around you, and keep an eye out on them because they don't. Sometimes things are going on, and usually with an elder abuse victim, it's like a caregiver or somebody that's living in with them, or a grown family, adult child or family member. But they could be taking advantage of their money. They could be physically abusing them. They could be taking their medications, all kinds of things. So keep an eye out for them too. If you've got seniors that are around you, make it kind of a thing. Just I'm gonna go check on Miss Sally over here and see how she's doing today.
And especially when a lot of the seniors may have memory issues. A lot of them may have a form of dementia. And, a lot of times people are quick to say, well, she doesn't know what she's talking to. But don't be surprised that they may know more than what you think.
And if you see there's bruises and stuff, well, what'd you do to your hand there? Or what did you?
Well, don't go by me, because I take blood thinners and I can't even touch anything without getting a bruise. I look like I've been through a battle most of the time.
Hey, I understand,
But I'll just tell you this, and I'm not, I guess I could be whipped, but you better bring help, because
I wouldn't mess with her.
I'm not going to go easily or quietly.
And that's the thing. A lot of times people say, "Oh, well, why don't you just leave? You don't have to put up with that." But then you don't know how long that person. See, a lot of people have been in it for so long, and it didn't start that way. Because I have ladies say, "Well, they weren't always like that," And I say ladies because majority are women. Well, they were, so great and all this, and I'm going, well, first time you went out with him and he hit you, would you win again? Well, of course not. Okay, then, everything's going great, then maybe it starts with a put down or a shove or a slap, or then it escalates, and so, and the mental abuse is a lot worse than I think sometimes.
I
the
think
physical
that
abuse.
goes on a lot.
Because when you've been told so many times you're nothing, nobody wants you. I married you because I felt sorry for you, and all this stuff. That your self-esteem is down here, and so. And
I
if you
think-
leave, you've got no job, no money.
I think a lot of people feel helpless and hopeless.
Yeah.
Because they think, okay, I've got these little children. If I leave, where am I going to go and what am I going to do and how am I going to feed them? And
Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize that their chances of dying jump 75% when they walk out the door. Because if you leave me, I will kill you. And they know it. And so, but then too, when they leave, when they do leave, they've got no job, no money, a lot of times no education, or anything to go with a better job. I mean, what are they going to do? They're on the streets, and then if they're on the streets, then the state steps in. Normally, we'll take the kids and they'll put them back with the dad or the abuser, because the abuser's got a house and got money and a job and all of this.
See, I mean, there's a lot of issues
Yeah,
there
it's not
that
just
that they're confronted with that I know I've had people tell me, well, if you take them, then they get out and go right back to them. And a lot of times that's the reason they do.
And sometimes that is the reason. And on average, a victim will go back like 5 to 7 times before they leave for good. But then you got to, you look at, I married him. I'm supposed to, for better or worse, and I can change him. I can love it away. I can pray it away. But you can't. But then too, I've got kids. They need their daddy, and and then I have nowhere to go. I can't make it on my own.
No.
If there's no services out there to help, then that's probably what's going to happen. But with our agency, we're a 30 to 45 day program, which you can't fix this in 30 to 45 days.
No.
So
This has taken years.
right. I mean, this went on a long time, and sometimes there might have even been some things that went on when they were young, before they got married, and so we sit down with each one and make individual goals and try and help that person. Okay, what are we going to do? Housing, counseling, get a job, education, whatever. And we work to help them make those goals. And if they're trying to reach those goals, we'll work with them, because we want them to be able and be successful when they leave.
Right.
And we've had a lot of success stories. We've got some that are graduating from dental tech school, some from nursing, some from different things.
That's really good.
And, getting their own apartment, got their kids doing really good. So, yeah. But, they can't do it by themselves.
Yeah,
They
need some
help.
assistance.
And so that's what we do. But we couldn't do it without the community, because, like I said, we have a lot of awesome community support. We have been greatly blessed.
So if you have something that you want to donate, you might call Lisa, because they may need it.
Yes, ma'am.
They always need food, canned food, non-perishable as well as perishable. If it hasn't already spoiled, don't take that downhill. But anyway, anything that you can help them with, I'm sure Lisa could tell you if they would benefit from it or not.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, but I do want to talk about our candlelight vigil.
Okay, go right ahead.
We have something coming up in October, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we are excited. We did this last year. We're going to make it an annual event. We're going to have, start off it'll be October the 25th. And that evening, now, from 3 to, I think it's 6, isn't it, Hope? 3 to 6, we're going to actually have a roadblock. And a lot of our board members are going to be out there, so y'all need to stop and see our board members, because y'all know who they are. We have Rebecca Womack and Leroy Brandon and Rita Cook, and John Sanborn, and we're going to have some interns from MTSU that's be doing some out there too. But anyway, we'll have a roadblock to raise money for SAVE. So everybody, make sure you stop on your way in and out and whatever. But at 7, we're going to have our candlelight vigil on the square. And we had it last year, and we had an awesome time. We're going to do it again. Like I said, it's going to be annual. We'll have some music and some prayer and some testimonials from some ladies, or some victims that have been through domestic violence. We'll have some booths set up. I think we're going to have, Miss Carolyn, you ought to come and set up too. I need to talk to you about that when we get done. But I've talked to the Senior Center and the Child Advocacy Center and a lot of those, and they're going to be showing up for that. And
You've got
setting up.
CASA now.
CASA's coming. They're supposed to be
Yeah.
coming. Actually, we have the coalition coming from Nashville
Oh, yeah.
as well. And we'll have some food there as well. So it'll be a fun night. We're going to just celebrate victims everywhere and make it a night of remembrance. We'll have our T-shirt project where we have clients or anybody that's been affected by domestic violence. They can do a T-shirt, and they put their artwork onto the T-shirt, and they'll be hung around the square. And so we're adding to that this year again, and we'll have purple ribbons everywhere. So if you want to get involved with the Candlelight Vigil at all, please give us a call. We'd love to have you get involved with that at 615-563-6690. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope all y'all come out and help us with that. because we want everybody to be aware about the issues with
Right.
domestic violence.
Well, there you go, girl.
Yeah,
Got about everything in there that we could.
that was awesome. We
Well,
appreciate
good.
you, Miss Carolyn. You're one. She is awesome. We have the best Chamber of Commerce lady there is, I do believe.
I'll pay you later
Okay.
whenever we get out of here.
But no, she does so good because there's so much going on in Cannon County, and she keeps it all straight. I don't know how she
Well, I
does it.
don't keep it straight, but there is a lot going on. But our organizations are the things, the needs that a county has to have. You have to have things like this to function. I wished you didn't. I wished you didn't have to have CASA or child advocacy or domestic violence, but you do. And so I think every county has them, and if they
No.
don't, then I'm sorry.
They don't.
That they don't, because they're, what do you do with these people
There's
otherwise,
only,
you know?
I'll just let everybody know the issue. There's only 36 DV shelters in the state of Tennessee,
Well,
and they stay full.
I'm sure. And that's a shame, but I'm sure they probably do. Wow.
And some counties don't even have court advocates, and it's sad because they need it, you know.
I know, they do, really. They do need someone to be able to turn to, because unfortunately this goes on everywhere. It's not just here. But I do have some other events that are going on in Cannon County.
This looks like fun.
And it does. I'm going to get right to that.
Okay.
On September 14th, the Cannon County Historical Society will meet at 1 p.m. at Gazaway Community Center in Gazaway, Tennessee. And they will tour the Melton Bank and Post Office. And Gary and Jama Hancock have restored one of Cannon County's early 19th century landmarks.
And it looks
believe
beautiful.
me, they have done a great job with this. It's got the original safe. The post office is still there. I think there may have been a hole in the post office. It's still there.
Oh, yeah, it looked awful, but it looks great now. They did an awesome job on it because
No, they did.
It was
And
rough.
Then right next to it, their daughter has opened up the Gazaway Store and Antique Gallery. So while you're there, and you don't have to be with the Historical Society, I think the store is open maybe Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And as far as doing a tour, or if you have a group that would like to go see the bank, it's amazing. He's got the original teller's cage and a lot of other original things in that bank. And they're so proud of it, and the people in Gazaway should be proud of it
they
too,
did a really
because
good job.
they did a fantastic job on it. And then Saturday and Sunday, September 14th and 15th, of course, Lindsay just told you about the White Oak Craft Fair. That's a big event here. Every year, people come from out of state to go to this. And a lot of the other businesses in town will join into this. So don't forget to visit the flea market, go downtown, visit the stores down there. They have several new boutiques and antique stores, and it's just fun. And so they get in on this too. So when you finish with one, you can go downtown and tour all this other stuff, or go through it and buy something. They have some stuff you can't leave without. I'm just going to tell you right now. Friday, September 20th is another in the fire worship night. They did one of these last year. It brought in over 1,000 people. And this is presented by the Experience Church. It will be on the square, and it's open to everyone, every denomination. It's at 7 p.m. And like I say, they do worshiping. They will baptize you if you want to be. They don't force you to be, but it's open to everyone. And that will be on Friday, September 20th. September 28th is the Color of Fall Car and Truck Show, and it will be on the square in Woodbury. Registration opens up at 8 o'clock until 12 noon. So if you want to be judged, be there by 12 noon and get registered. There's going to be 70 trophies and 6 cash prizes awarded. You'll enjoy a full day of fun and music and door prizes and 50/50 tickets and food and more. Who knows what'll go on at the car show, but DTC will be there to award the TV that they've been helping take, well, all year at the cruise-ins. They've been giving out T-shirts and caps, and you register for this TV, and they will award it at the car show. And yes, you do have to be present to win it. And you'll like seeing all the vehicles. There's cars there that are gorgeous. Now, I will tell you that the square will be closed off because of insurance purposes. We can't open it and have people driving around inside the square with all these people and all these cars. If something would happen and somebody would hit one of them, then that's a major thing. Believe me, some of these cars have thousands of dollars invested in them. So you might, if you're going to get your license plates or something, because I do have complaints about this every year, it's on a Saturday, try to get them on the Friday before that, because this is the end of the month. And usually, just like I do, people wait till the very last minute to buy tags. But I'm just telling you, the courthouse will probably be closed for that. And I do want to thank all of our sponsors. We have a great flyer. If you would like one of these, I'll be glad to send one out to you. It has all of our sponsors in it, and they all do a wonderful job. And Global Industrial Components is one of them, Exit Realty, O'Reilly's. Oh my gosh, O'Reilly's works hard for us every year. Dr. Pepper Bottling, Vance Brothers Motor Company, DTC, plus a whole list of other sponsors that we have for that. And we certainly want everyone to come out and enjoy that. There's no fee to the public to get into this. You can come walk around, buy food and everything, but the door prizes and all of that go to the people that enter the car show. And there is a $20 entry fee for each vehicle you bring. So, and that's really not that much, because I guarantee you if you win a trophy, it's going to cost more than that $20 you paid. So we just like everybody to come out, and we'd like to have a whole square full of people. October 9th is the Senior Center will hold their annual health fair, and that will be from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. That is free to the public, but if you want to set up for that and your health issue, if you have health-related issues, you can set up a booth. Just call the Senior Center and they'll tell you about that. October 12th, the Toy Drive Cruise-In will take place, and it will be on the square. It will be from 3 to 6. You can bring toys for children at Christmas. You can drop them off at Jennings Jewelers or the Chamber office, and this will be the last cruise-in for the Chamber that the Chamber will sponsor for this year. We'll start up again in April of next year.
They need to change the date on that one.
And I know, I've already been told that. And October 25th, the Senior Center presents their first ever Murder Mystery Chili Supper. Now, come on, this has got to be a good one. Come dressed in your best 80s prom attire. If you still have your prom dress from the 80s, you might want to see if you can still zip it up. And wear that and see if you are the murderer or the victim. I think this is a participation type thing. And there will be 80s music, dancing, food for all, and this will be a $20 cost for this. And if you want to be more involved in this, you can call the Senior Center at 615-563-5304. Hey, that's a whole list of things. And I'll have more next month for you, but our time is up, and y'all have a good September.